step into the sharp blue air before sunrise, while the city still drifts slowly beneath its blanket of dim neon light. Hands warm inside my pockets, heart louder than the distant buses, humming somewhere beyond the river bridge. The cold morning wind brushes against my face, like pages turning quickly toward a chapter I haven't read yet. And every quiet street ahead feels less like emptiness and more like space waiting patiently to be filled. Rainwater left on the pavement catches fragments of street lamps like scattered pieces of gold beneath my shoes, while apartment windows begin glowing one by one above cafes still smelling faintly of bread and roasted coffee. For the first time in a long while, I no longer feel chased by yesterday's unfinished weight and hesitation, because something inside me has already begun, moving faster than fear can follow. Maybe happiness arrives this way, not softly hidden away from the world, but alive inside the rhythm of cold breath and tired footsteps, learning how to trust the road before the daylight fully appears. The morning air feels electric in my lungs, while the sleeping city slowly unfolds beneath the pale blue horizon. And every passing second carries the bright metallic sound of something new beginning somewhere ahead of me. The streets no longer feel like places I wandered through, searching for direction in the dark. They feel like open tracks stretching endlessly forward beneath the first gold edge of sunrise. I remember nights spent staring through rain-streaked windows, believing life had quietly moved on without me, watching strangers disappear into station doors, while my own reflection stayed frozen against the glass. But now even the silence feels different, lighter somehow, less like waiting and more like motion gathering beneath the surface. A cyclist rushes past beneath flickering signs, while jazz spills softly from an upstairs apartment window nearby. And the whole city seems suspended between exhaustion and possibility in the calm before the rush begins. I realize I do not need certainty to continue forward anymore, because the act of moving itself has already become a kind of answer. If courage has a shape, perhaps it resembles dawn spreading slowly across wet pavement after a sleepless night, or tired hands finally loosening their grip on old fears, while the first trains begin crossing the bridges downtown. Not perfection, not arrival, just the steady feeling that life keeps opening wider each time I choose to keep going. Now the sunlight rises carefully between the buildings, while cold air and warmth collide softly inside my chest. And every narrow street ahead glows faintly silver beneath the fading traces of neon and early clouds. Somewhere beyond the sound of distant traffic and the sharp clean breath of morning filling my lungs again, I keep walking toward the widening horizon with a strange, beautiful certainty that this beginning is finally mine. You ride slowly through the evening streets, while sunset colors melt softly across the windows of passing buildings. And the city begins glowing gold beneath the first quiet lights, waking along the river road ahead. Your bicycle wheels hum gently against against the pavement like a steady rhythm, carrying old thoughts farther into dusk. A warm wind moves carefully through your hair, and unfinished conversations resting inside your chest. Beside you, the lover smiles without saying very much, watching reflections shimmer across storefront glass and narrow alley puddles. After afternoon rain, the whole city feels suspended for a moment between daylight and memory, as though even time itself is slowed enough to breathe alongside your quiet ride tonight. Maybe healing doesn't arrive suddenly, maybe it moves beside you little by little through ordinary evenings like this. Streetlights turning on one by one, soft jazz drifting from open cafes, your heartbeat calming beneath the fading sky. You keep riding toward the glowing horizon while the city lights bloom softly beneath the deepening blue above. And every passing street feels lighter somehow, with your lover moving quietly beside you through the dusk. The night opens slowly around your wheels like a promise still unfolding across warm evening air, while somewhere between the fading sunset and the rising skyline, your heart begins loosening again. The river beside the avenue reflects silver and orange beneath bridges tangled with trains and moving headlights, while distant conversations drift upward from tiny restaurants hidden below apartment balconies and neon signs. You remember nights that once felt heavier than this, days when even silence seemed sharp enough to carry home alone. But tonight the city feels kinder somehow, less crowded, more alive in the quiet spaces between music and movement. The lover reaches out briefly to touch your sleeve while stopping at a long red light near the crossing road, and even that small gesture carries enough warmth to soften the edges of the whole evening. Far above the buildings, the last traces of sunset disappear slowly behind darkening clouds and rooftop antennas, yet the lights below continue glowing brighter, as if the city itself refuses to let the night grow cold. If hope has a shape, perhaps it resembles bicycle lights moving softly through evening streets after summer rain, or tired hearts continuing forward gently while jazz echoes low beneath the skyline. After dusk, not perfect, not certain, just alive enough to keep moving through the beautiful, unfinished hours ahead. Now the night settles fully across the avenue, while the city shines quietly beneath endless windows and passing trains below, and your bicycle carries you farther through the glowing streets, with the lover still beside you in the warm air. Tonight, somewhere between the fading sunset, the soft reflections across the river, and the rhythm of wheels beneath the skyline, your unfinished story continues gently forward into the brightening night. The train moved quietly through the sleeping countryside, while pale moonlight rested softly across the empty seats, and the old friend sat beside the lover watching distant towns drift slowly beyond the darkened window glass. Outside, rivers reflected silver beneath long bridges, disappearing gently into early morning fog. While small station lights flickered briefly like signals meant only for travelers awake at this hour. Neither of them spoke very much that night, yet the silence between them carried warmth instead of distance. The lover leaned carefully against the cold window, and the old friend watched the reflection of tired eyes soften beneath the passing lights. The farther the train traveled through the dark, the lighter the world behind them seemed to become. Maybe dreams begin quietly, not with sudden noise or dramatic change, but with movement, slow landscapes unfolding beyond the glass. While two people continue forward without needing certainty yet, the night kept opening gently around the moving train, while distant mountains faded softly beneath the moonlit sky. And their quiet journey carried something hopeful through the darkness neither of them fully tried to explain. Even the empty spaces between passing towns felt calm beneath the endless rhythm of the rails below, while somewhere beyond the horizon another morning waited silently beside the clouds. A small lamp above their seats glowed pale gold, while ambient static drifted low through hidden speakers in the cabin. And scattered passengers slept beneath jackets folded carefully against the cold blue air before dawn. The old friend remembered younger years spent rushing endlessly toward futures they barely understood at all, back when every road felt urgent and every goodbye sounded heavier than it truly was. Now the movement felt different somehow, less like escape and more like breathing slowly after a long season of noise. The lover closed their eyes for a moment, listening quietly to the soft rhythm of wheels crossing invisible borders through the dark. Outside, distant forests passed beneath the moon, while faint traces of morning gathered somewhere beyond the hills ahead. And the world seemed wide enough again for unfinished dreams to continue traveling without fear. If hope has a shape, perhaps it resembles lights moving slowly across sleeping valleys before sunrise fully arrives, or quiet travelers continuing through unfamiliar nights, while trusting the rails beneath them to keep carrying forward. Not arrival, not resolution, just the calm understanding that some journeys exist simply to remind the heart it can still move gently through the unknown. Now the first pale light of dawn stretched softly across the horizon, while the train continued humming through the quiet countryside below. And the sleeping world beyond the fading night, the quiet warmth beside them, the endless tracks still unfolding into the distance ahead. Their unfinished dream continued drifting softly toward places neither of them had fully imagined yet. You stand beside the rain-streaked window near the bridge, while the hand river carries blurred reflections through the midnight dark. And the city lights bend softly across the water like old conversation, still drifting somewhere beneath the surface. The old friend beside you barely speaks tonight, just watches the rain slide slowly down the glass, while distant traffic hums beyond the sleeping skyline. Years ago, the rooftop felt endless above the crowded apartments and tangled electric wires below, where both of you stayed awake until sunrise, talking about futures large enough to outrun ordinary fear. Back then, the rain sounded lighter somehow, like every unfinished dream could still survive another season without breaking apart. Maybe memory changes shape over time, becoming quieter, softer around the edges, not disappearing completely, just glowing faintly like distant windows across the river after midnight rain. The bridge lights shimmer gently through the storm, while the river moves slowly beneath the dark blue city sky tonight. And you carry the rooftop stories carefully inside your chest, like folded letters hidden inside winter coats. Nothing from those years returned exactly the same, yet somewhere between the rain, the trembling reflections, and the silence beside the old friend at the window, the past still breathes softly enough to hear. The cafe near the bridge grows quieter, while empty cups and dim ceiling lights fade deeper into the late night blue. And outside, the rain keeps tracing silver lines across the glass, overlooking the river road below. You remember the rooftop radio playing softly through cheap speakers balanced near broken flower pots and old paint cans, while summer wind carried laughter across buildings crowded beneath endless apartment lights. The old friend once believed nothing would separate either of you from those unfinished midnight promises, but time moved carefully through the years like water slipping beneath bridges no one notices until much later. Still, there are moments tonight where the distance between then and now feels thinner than the rain covering the city outside. The river keeps flowing beneath the bridge without asking whether anyone stayed the same along the way. And somehow that quiet movement feels comforting instead of sad. If nostalgia has a sound, perhaps it resembles rain touching the hand river beneath distant traffic after midnight, or tired voices remembering old rooftops while the city glows softly through fogged cafe windows. Not regret, not longing, just warmth surviving quietly inside unfinished stories that never fully disappeared. Now the rain falls heavier beyond the bridge, while pale reflections scatter endlessly across the dark river below the skyline. And the old friend remains beside you, watching the sleeping city blur softly behind the trembling glass tonight. Somewhere between the rooftop memories, the quiet storm, and the fading lights drifting slowly across the water beneath the bridge, you're youth continues echoing gently through the deep blue hours before dawn.
At the table, stories dance from here to there. Bowl of pasta, golden butter, bread is warm and smiles are free. In this gentle, glowing moment, we are right where we should be. Soft light on your face, peels of giggles, sweet embrace. Time slows just for this, wrapped in simple evening bliss. The world feels light, family gathered, hearts so bright, sharing bites and little dreams. Life is sweeter than it seems. Hold me close, remember this. Love is found in evening. Pages flutter, bedtime stories, magic carpet, starry skies, small bare feet beneath the table, sleepy yawns and sparklet eyes, cuddled clothes on velvet cushions, softest whispers, I love you. Night descends, the day is gentle, hearts content and skies are blue. Glow of lamp and tired eyes, every hug a sweet surprise. Peace we find like this, warm and safe in evening bliss. Evening bliss, the world feels light, family gathered, hearts so bright, sharing bites and little dreams. Life is sweeter than it seems. Hold me close, remember this. Love is found in evening bliss. Let time wander, let clocks slow. Every laugh and every glow, cherish now, don't let it pass. Home is here, the love will last. Evening bliss, the world feels light, family gathered, hearts so bright, sharing bites and little dreams. Life is sweeter than it seems. Hold me close, remember this. Love is found in evening bliss. Evening falls, all worry cease. Home is here and here is peace.
The windows stay half open while the evening air keeps folding through your hair in quiet waves. Streetlights drift across your face like little moving photographs the sunset forgot to save. The road keeps stretching softly under us, not asking where we plan to go tonight. And every passing sign feels less important than the way your laughter settles in the light. The radio fades beneath the sound of tires drawing silver lines across
across the sleeping town, while your fingers tap against the dashboard slowly, like a language only we have found, that keeps stealing tiny glances when you look outside and hum along without a perfect tune. And somehow even traffic lights feel softer when they bloom against the darkening blue. We don't need to rush the night or give this feeling any name. There's something warm inside the silence, moving gently through the lane. The city keeps dissolving in the mirrors far behind our car, and everything ahead feels close, even when it's still far. You make these quiet roads feel brighter than the daytime ever could, turning simple drives into the kind of memory that stays longer than it should. And every mile beside you feels soft around the edges, calm and slow, like the night itself keeps leaning closer just to watch us go. A convenience store glows pale against the dark, like someone left a lantern near the trees. You laugh while holding paper cups that warm your hands against the drifting breeze. The world feels smaller from the passenger seat, like worries lose their shape from here. And every song we barely know somehow becomes more honest in your ears. Your voice moves quietly through the car, mixing with the low hum underneath the wheels. And I start thinking maybe happiness is less a place and more the way this moment feels. No fireworks above the highway, no dramatic movie ending in the rain, just your shoulder leaning close enough to make the whole night feel awake. If the road keeps turning after midnight, I don't think I'd mind at all. There's comfort in the steady movement, in the shadows sliding softly down the walls. Maybe some feelings don't arrive loudly, maybe they grow slow beside the door, like headlights stretching across empty streets, asking for nothing more. You make these quiet roads feel warmer than the summer air beneath the moonlit sky, and every passing moment feels suspended softly while the sleeping towns drift by. The engine hums the night breeze low, your eyes reflect the fading signs ahead, and somewhere past the glowing highway lines, the evening keeps unfolding without end. You keep an old letter folded carefully inside the glove compartment, while the summer highway stretches beneath the midnight sky, and the warm air moves softly through the open window, carrying distant sounds from fields sleeping beyond the road. The city lights grow smaller in the rearview mirror, while the dark horizon opens slowly ahead, like a quiet invitation to keep moving forward. The friendly old lover still lives somewhere inside those handwritten pages, between faded ink, unfinished sentences, and small details no one else would understand. You read them again at a red light outside a quiet gas station, and the years between then and now suddenly feel lighter than they did before tonight. Maybe some words survive longer than photographs, staying warm even after seasons change and roads divide. And maybe certain people never fully leave, remaining gently present inside ordinary nights like this one. The summer road keeps rolling softly through the dark, while old letters rest quietly beside your hand tonight. And every line written years ago still carries warmth beneath the passing glow of distant street lights. Nothing asked to be returned to the way it was, yet somewhere between the midnight drive, the warm wind, and the memory
memories written across those pages. Hope continues traveling with you through the night. The radio plays low while empty intersections drift by. Beneath rows of trees, standing still beneath the moonlight. And the road curves gently toward the coastline, where scattered fishing lights shimmer beyond the darkness. You remember how the old friend used to laugh without hesitation, how the old lover could make even quiet moments feel complete without trying. Time carried everyone in different directions, toward different cities, different windows, different versions of themselves. But the letter remains unchanged, holding a small piece of those days, the way summer air still carries traces of the sea long after sunset. The farther you drive, the calmer everything becomes, as if the road itself understands there is no need to hurry toward tomorrow. If comfort has a shape, perhaps it resembles a folded letter resting quietly beneath dashboard light after midnight. Or familiar handwriting appearing again while warm air drifts through the open window beside an endless road. Not regret, not longing, just gratitude moving softly through the spaces where memories continue to live. Now the highway stretches farther beneath the stars, while the last city lights disappear quietly beyond the hills behind you. And the old letter remains beside your hand, carrying small fragments of voices that time never erased completely. Somewhere between the warm summer night, the steady rhythm of the tires, and the words still blowing softly across the page, the journey continues forward beneath the dark sky, carrying both memory and tomorrow together. I remember that spring afternoon when you walked beside me through streets covered with fresh green leaves and scattered petals. And the sunlight kept finding its way through the trees, as if it wanted to follow us everywhere we went. You laughed at something small I said, and somehow the whole day felt brighter than the weather forecast promised. The city was busy around us, but all I noticed was the sound of your footsteps matching mine along the path. Even the breeze felt different that day, carrying the scent of flowers and the feeling that something wonderful had just begun. I didn't know where the day would lead, and honestly, I didn't need to know. You were there beside me, and that was enough to make everything feel new. That spring memory still shines softly in my mind, while the seasons keep moving beyond the window every year. And I can still see your smile appearing beneath the pale pink trees along the road. Every small moment felt alive, every ordinary minute carried a little more color than before. Whenever I think of you, that spring afternoon still feels close. We stopped at a small cafe near the river and watched people pass by through the glass while sharing quiet conversations. And the sunlight slowly shifted across the table as the afternoon drifted toward evening. You pointed toward the water and smiled, and I found myself smiling too. Before I even knew why, the day moved forward without rushing. One simple moment connecting gently to the next. Nothing dramatic happened, yet somehow it became one of the memories I carry most carefully.
sound of bicycles passing, the warm air and the light resting on your hair. Maybe happiness arrives this way sometimes, through ordinary days that quietly become unforgettable. Maybe love begins before we notice it, hidden inside shared laughter and comfortable silence. And maybe some memories stay bright because they remind us how easily joy can appear. That spring memory still glows somewhere inside me, while new seasons continue arriving one after another outside. And I can still picture us walking beneath the trees with the afternoon sun following close behind. Every smile, every conversation, every quiet step along that road remains gently alive in my thoughts, while somewhere beyond memory and beyond the passing years, the feeling of that day continues blooming softly in the distance.
I walk through the city after work while the evening lights begin appearing one by one above the quiet streets, and the air feels comfortable enough to slow down and notice things I usually miss during the day. A bicycle rolls past a small bakery on the corner, and someone laughs softly at a table beside an open cafe window. I don't know why tonight feels different, but every familiar street seems to carry a little more warmth than usual. The city isn't trying to impress anyone, it simply glows in its own calm way beneath the fading sky. I used to rush through evenings like this, always thinking about where I needed to be next. Now I let the moment stay a little longer, and the world feels easier to understand. This city romance moves quietly through the night, while soft lights shimmer across windows and sidewalks all around me. And I find myself smiling at ordinary things without needing a reason why. The conversations drifting from nearby cafes, the distant train crossing the river, the peaceful feeling of belonging somewhere in this evening. I stop near a small park where trees sway gently above empty benches and winding pathways, and the skyline reflects softly across the glass walls of buildings reaching into the twilight. People continue their lives around me, meeting friends, heading home, carrying groceries and unfinished stories. For a moment everything feels connected, not in a grand way, just in the simple rhythm of another day ending well. The city keeps breathing around me, and I move with it instead of trying to outrun it. A warm breeze follows me down the next street, and the night opens a little wider above the rooftops. Maybe happiness isn't something distant, maybe it lives inside evenings like this. A quiet walk, a familiar neighborhood, and enough time to notice the beauty already here. The lights continue glowing above the avenue, and the city keeps its gentle promises. This city romance stays with me through the evening, while the streets shine softly beneath the deepening blue sky overhead. And every corner feels a little brighter than it did before I stepped outside tonight. The cafes, the windows, the passing strangers, and the calm rhythm of the city all blend into something warm and familiar, while the night continues unfolding beyond the next block. And And I keep walking beneath the lights with nowhere urgent to be. Spilled across the evening streets like scattered pieces of another constellation. And the city suddenly felt lighter beneath our footsteps, as if it had been waiting for us to arrive. You laughed at something small I almost forgot to say, and the sound stayed with me longer than the passing traffic and distant trains. The night moved quickly around us, but standing beside you made every bright window and side street seem worth remembering. I carried a restless kind of joy in my chest, the kind that turns ordinary moments into reasons to keep walking. The crosswalk lights changed colors above us, and conversations drifted from late night diners into the cool air. You looked at me like tomorrow was still wide open, and suddenly I believed it too. This neon heartbeat keeps dancing through the city while your hand brushes mine beneath electric skies and sleepless avenues. And I follow the rhythm of your smile through every crowded corner and glowing street. The night keeps breathing around us, the skyline keeps shimmering above us, and my heart keeps learning new ways to be alive beside you. We wandered past old apartment buildings with laundry swaying gently from rooftop lines beneath the midnight breeze, while convenience store lights painted silver reflections across the rain-dark pavement below. You pointed toward a rooftop antenna reaching into the stars, and even lonely things still search for connection. I watched the city reflected in your eyes, small constellations flickering between dreams and certainty. Nothing about this felt fragile, just beautifully unfinished in the way all honest beginnings are. The streets kept unfolding beneath our steps, offering more stories than neither of us could hold at once. Maybe love is not a destination waiting at the end of the map. Maybe it is the courage to remain curious while walking side by side through unfamiliar nights. Maybe hope sounds like your voice calling my name, steady enough to rise above the noise of the city. And somewhere beyond the glow of another traffic light, the night continues writing its quiet invitations. This neon heartbeat keeps echoing through the avenues while the city's bright reflections gather softly along the midnight roads. And I stay close to the warmth of your presence beneath skies painted with borrowed colors and distant windows. The music of passing footsteps, the pulse of unseen trains, the endless shimmer of possibility wrapped around the shape of your laughter. As the city stretches farther into the dreaming hours, and the neon lights continue blooming against the dark, I keep walking beside you toward whatever waits that couldn't decide between rain and sunlight, carrying the version of us that no longer fit inside your hands. And I stood there long enough to understand that love can end without becoming unkind. The streets remained exactly as they were, yet every familiar corner learned a different silence. You took your careful habits with you, the way you folded maps and circled places you hoped we'd someday visit. I carried the echoes of your laughter, quiet enough to hurt, gentle enough to keep. The seasons did not pause for our heartbreak, and neither did the morning train. Still somewhere beneath the ache, a steadier rhythm refused to disappear. This hopeful breakup asks me to remember you with open hands instead of closing fists around what has already changed. And bravery arrives through tenderness rather than forgetting. The tears lose their urgency, the memories soften their edges, and love becomes something I can carry without losing my way. You once believed that forever was built through certainty, while I searched for it in small gestures and ordinary days. Neither of us intended to fail, we simply grew toward different horizons. I still think of the late night conversations, the grocery list written in uneven handwriting, the quiet apologies after difficult evenings. They no longer ask to be rewritten, only acknowledged for their honest weight. Outside, the city continues rehearsing its endless arrivals and departures, teaching me that movement is another form of grace. Perhaps courage is not proving that I no longer miss you. Perhaps it is admitting that I do, and choosing to move forward anyway. You were part of my becoming, and I do not need to erase the evidence of that. Some doors close gently, allowing light through the space they leave behind. This hopeful breakup teaches me to walk beneath unfamiliar skies while carrying gratitude beside grief. And I discover that endings can hold their own quiet form of mercy. The unfinished promises, the lessons wrapped in affection, the fragile beauty of loving without guarantees remain woven into who I am. You continue toward the life waiting beyond my reach, and I continue toward the one unfolding ahead of me. While somewhere between memory and tomorrow, our separate hearts keep learning how to welcome the light without denying the night. You walk beside me through the city after midnight, while apartment windows shimmer like scattered lanterns above the sleeping streets, and the stars appear carefully between the buildings, as though they have been waiting for the noise to soften. You Tuck your hands into your coat sleeves, breathing silver clouds into the cool night air. A passing train hums beneath distant bridges, and bicycles race quietly outside closed cafes. You lift your gaze toward the narrow piece of sky above us, finding wonder in what the city forgets to hide. The traffic lights change colors below, small tides of red and green upon the pavement. You turn toward me with your unguarded smile, and even the moon seems to linger among these city stars. You carry a dream like tenderness through avenues of fading light and whispered midnight breezes, and romance settles gently between us like music remembered before sleep. The skyline keeps glowing, the constellations keep breathing, and my heart follows your quiet gravity without resistance. You pause beside a bookstore long since closed, its darkened windows reflecting fragments of passing headlights. The city gathers itself around your silhouette, softening its sharp corners for a little while. You speak of ordinary things with extraordinary care, favorite songs from childhood, forgotten wishes folded into old notebooks. I listen as though collecting fallen stars in my hands, careful not to disturb their fragile light. The night stretches beyond the rooftops, vast and intimate all at once. Perhaps love is not a blaze bright enough to outshine the heavens. Perhaps it resembles these city stars appearing quietly through unexpected openings, asking only that we look up long enough to notice. You stand beside me beneath the patient sky, and the distance between dreams feels smaller. Among these city stars, you move beside me through the sleeping avenues, while midnight drapes its velvet blue across the skyline. And I discover that devotion can be both gentle and enduring without asking to be named. The unfinished stories, the glances shared in silence, the soft astonishment of finding another soul within the crowd continue to glow. As dawn waits beyond the last rooftop, and the stars prepare to fade into the widening morning, we remain beneath the city's quiet constellation a little longer, wondering what other beautiful lights have yet to reveal themselves. Picked up a cherry soda today because I knew you would laugh at the bright little label before opening it. I saved a second bottle for you, even though you were running late like you always do. I watched the tiny bubbles race to the top, and somehow they reminded me of your endless ideas. I knew the afternoon would turn into another story the moment you finally showed up. I never know what we're gonna do next. Somehow you always make that the best part. You take one sip, I start laughing, and suddenly the whole day feels lighter. We talk about things that don't really matter, and somehow they become my favorite conversations. The cherry soda goes flat before we finish it, but the smile stays around a little longer. So let's keep walking until the sky decides it's time to change its color. I point at a funny shaped cloud and you somehow see a completely different picture than I do. You always make room for one more silly idea, even if it makes no sense at all. We sit on the curb for a while, watching people hurry somewhere without joining. And it feels nice knowing that today doesn't need a plan to be a good day. Maybe that's why I like these afternoons with you so much. Nothing big happens, and that's exactly what makes them easy to remember. A cool breeze, 2 bottles, a long conversation, and enough daylight to keep wandering. You take one sip, I start laughing, and it feels like the afternoon keeps stretching a little farther. We leave behind empty bottles and carry home another handful of easy memories. I don't really mind where we end up, as long as you're still walking beside me. Maybe tomorrow will taste just as bright. You always choose a seat by the window, even when the rain makes the whole street disappear for a while. You wrap both hands around your warm coffee, and somehow the room feels quieter in the nicest way. You look outside without saying much, and I wonder what little thoughts are passing through your mind. You smile when the rain gets heavier, like you're greeting an old friend who never needs an invitation. You don't try to fill every quiet moment with words. You let the rain do a little of the talking, and I like that. You make rainy afternoons feel warm enough to stay a little longer. You make a simple cup of coffee feel like it has its own story to tell. You remind me that the best moments don't have to be planned or explained. You just sit beside the window, and somehow the whole day slows down with you. You notice the little circles the raindrops leave on the glass before anyone else does. You laugh when the weather changes again, saying it gives us another reason not to rush home. You leave a few quiet spaces between our conversations, and they never feel empty. You make ordinary hours feel complete without trying to make them special. Maybe that's why I always remember these afternoons. Not because anything extraordinary happened, but because everything felt honest. The coffee slowly cooled, the rain kept falling, and you stayed exactly where you were. You make rainy afternoons feel like a place I can always come back to. You turn small conversations into memories that stay warm long after the cups are empty. You remind me that some days are already enough just the way they are. And as the rain keeps drawing quiet lines across the window, I stay here with you.